Hey dudes, the Nintendo Direct has been announced for tomorrow. That means it's prediction time. A lot of people are going to be submitting their predictions online, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere about what they think is going to appear tomorrow at the Nintendo Direct. I think it's going to be massive. It's the second year of the Nintendo Switch 2. There's no Smash Bros. There's no mainline Zelda. There's no mainline Mario. There's no Mario Kart World DLC. So there's so much to there's still appear the Switch life cycle, which we know is going to appear at some point. Which what makes this event so exciting. We could get something absolutely massive tomorrow, or something, or just a terribly dreadful Nintendo Direct. But I'm hopeful. I don't think that'll happen for many reasons, but you know, let's get started with the first prediction. Of course, this year there are multiple anniversaries. The most important one to Nintendo is, of course, the Zelda anniversary. I think there'll be two things showing up here. First of all, the Zelda movie trailer. This is a really obvious one. I mean, they've been Miyamoto has talked about Zelda pretty recently on Twitter, talking about how they've moved the release date further. I don't know if it was up by like a month or like up by 20 days, but they did move ahead with the push the release date forward rather than backwards, which is really exciting news. And I think they will start off with a trailer here. Maybe not start off, but it will be part of the start of the Nintendo Direct, along with, of course, a Zelda remake. People don't know what the remake is going to be about. If it's going to be one of the 2D games, I think it's going to be Ocarina of Time. It's too obvious not to be. It's one of the best reviewed games of all time. It's one of the best, most iconic games of all time, and it hasn't had a remake since I think the DS, maybe the 3DS era. So that's like more than 10 years. There's no Ocarina of Time on Switch unless you get Nintendo Online. So I mean, I think it's pretty obvious if they want to really market Zelda, uh, market the Zelda movie, and of course have a game lined up for Zelda's 35th anniversary. I believe it is. Yes, 35th. Then Ocarina of Time. It's so obvious. If they don't have a Zelda game for this year, then it's got to be Ocarina of Time. Uh, on a separate note, I do also think that we could tease the next Zelda game, but if they do, it'll be a very small tease, like what we did for Tears of the Kingdom, where it was kind of just like 2-3 minutes of just text on a screen, and you saw a glimpse of Zelda and Link, and not much other information, just a confirmation that the game's being made. Honestly, that would be good enough. If you get the other two things plus the trailer for the next Zelda game, I think many people will be happy with that. Uh, Speaking of anniversaries, I'm not going to talk too much about this one because I think it's too obvious. Persona 4 Revival. I think that will get a kind of announcement trailer for Nintendo Switch 2. It was missing at the Xbox Showcase yesterday. I don't know what reason that could be for, but I'm suspecting it could be because Nintendo want to market it themselves for the Nintendo Switch, and it will probably will be at a Nintendo Direct. I mean, Alice is so huge on Nintendo Switch systems, and Nintendo Switch 2 can run some really impressive games. Like, have you seen Resident Evil Requiem? How well that runs on a Switch? There's no way it can't run Persona 4 Revival. And same with Persona 6, but I think we might not see that. We'll definitely see Persona 4 Revival, but maybe not Persona 6. We'll definitely get a Metaphor Fantasio port also. Um, some of the third party stuff, Crazy Taxi World Tour, again, didn't show up as a Switch 2 game at the Xbox Showcase, but I think it's too obvious not to appear there. It is like a very beloved Sega franchise, and they'll want to sell it on the Switch. Moving away from third party for a second, because this is a Nintendo Direct. Um, Mario Kart World DLC. It's been almost a year and it still hasn't arrived. One of the biggest, okay, I wouldn't say the biggest factor behind people buying Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but it was one of the big factors. Was the DLC. Of course, if you just sold Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it would have sold like 10 million, 15 million copies. I truly believe that booster course pack that doubled the number of courses in the game and added what was it, like 8 more um, races into the roster. I think that probably boosted the revenue of that game by millions, tens of millions, increased the sales by tens of millions, just because we had a mainline Mario Kart game that was top quality, one of the best like casual races, probably the best casual racer out there. That was just consistently getting updates and new content every month or every month or so. So Mario Kart World, especially Mario Kart World, needs something like that. It needs more content. It needs to give players not just a reason to come back, just to play our all. Because right now people are still playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe till this day, and I've never considered buying Mario Kart World, at least not since the launch of the Switch, because there's been no reason to. It's an inferior game. It leaned too much into the open world aspect and all like transitioning to different stages that it really lost its identity as a kart racer. I mean, it's recovered a bit now, but the DLC could definitely help it recover and actually take over its predecessor in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Uh, More Nintendo, Splatoon, that single player game. It was revealed quite a long time ago. Still hasn't released. It's gonna get a trailer, bro. Like it's gonna show up, especially to now is the biggest event of the year. They want to advertise it. People are gonna be super excited about it, and we just haven't had any news about it. I believe it is coming out in 2026. I'd be shocked if it isn't. But yeah, I think a bit lower on the chances, about how likely it is to happen. The next Sakurai game, obviously we all believe it's going to be new Smash Bros. I think it will be a new Smash Bros. But will it appear at this event? Look, Mario and the next Mario game is probably quite a few years away, along with a lot of other main titles. Zelda is a few years away. Mainland Mario is a few years away. Uh, Metroid Prime 5, probably a few years away if it's even happening. Kirby. So, Sakurai, given how fast he is and how beloved he is also, he's most likely to appear at the showcase, especially since Kirby finished production over a year ago. It's been out for almost a year. Would have finished production way before then. He would have transferred to a new project. He will be working on Smash Bros right now, and if people actually want to fight for people's money, if they actually want to win people over to the Nintendo Switch, this is how we do it. Smash Bros is the best selling fighting game of all time. It sold 60 million copies. It outsold the next fighting game by like 40 million copies. I think it was like Street Fighter First Strike with like 15 million copies it sold, and Smash Ultimate sold 60 million. That is absurd. Nintendo will want to cash in on Smash Bros at least one more time before Sakurai calls it quits. Especially in year two on Nintendo Switch, people are so dire for you know, new releases from big franchises because Pokopia is good. Uh, what's the other game called? Tomodachi Life. That's all good. That's all also all nice. It's not got the same aura. It's not gonna got the same, you know, brand like recognition as a Smash Bros. As a mainline Mario. You know, so I think it'll be shown. We might start off the tease with Waluigi. Maybe like we're gonna pretend like it's a Mario Tennis Aces DLC. We're gonna start the trailer with Luigi holding his bat, and then it fades to black, just like the Ultimate trailer, and you see the Smash logo. I could see it being something like that. Animal Crossing teaser also maybe. It's been 6 years since the last Animal Crossing came out. Again, one of the biggest games of all time for Nintendo. Definitely one of the biggest Switch games. Sold over 20 million copies. The biggest game of 2019 and 2020. It was just the talk of the town in the that time we were all locked up in our houses due to unforeseen circumstances. I think it'll definitely get a teaser today. Those two will be big. Those two, Animal Crossing and Smash Bros, along with the Zelda remake, they will be the big money events. I know I'm predicting a lot of big stuff here, but you know, Nintendo needs something big. Anyways, see you guys.